Hi, welcome back to Three and Out with Chris Spielman. I'm Mike O'Hara, and once again, we are brought to you by Comerica and Chris Spielman. This week, we have a victory for the Detroit Lions, 31-26 over the New York Giants. But before they played Sunday, there was news of the week with the trade of starting safety Quandre Diggs, traded to Seattle. Look, you were in the locker room, you've seen players come and go, and maybe trades weren't quite as common in the middle of the season during when you played for the Lions. But you're a player in there. What sort of the reaction is it? And is it something that can be an unsettling thing for a team, or you just go out and play football on Sunday?
Well, the initial reaction can be unsettling because, that's a guy that you go to training camp with, that you're on the field with, that you're bleeding for, that you're fighting for. And all of a sudden he's gone the next day. But regardless of that, that's not your decision whether he stays or goes. Your job is to win football games and to execute no matter who's playing besides you. And I thought the Lions did a great job after they got off their chest of maybe some of the anxiety that was the trade caused. But when came time to focus, they focused in and had a great game against the Giants.
And you'll see that defensively right from the start. And Chris Spielman, we're going to go three and out right here and start with a defensive play. A sack by Jared Davis, the linebacker, causes a fumble on a backward pass picked up and a 13-yard run for a touchdown by Devon Kennard. Go three and out, break it down, tell us what you see.
Okay, now before we start, this is a dual rush, I believe. You see Devon Kennard look at Jared right there? Now, Devon Kennard and Jared Davis both have Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley goes out wide. You'll see Devon Kennard go with him. Then Jared Davis, once he sees that Saquon Barkley goes wide, he turns it into a blitz. And with Jared's great speed, he's able to control the rushing lane or the escape lane of Daniel Jones. I think Daniel Jones is actually surprised at the closing speed of Jared Davis, does not see him coming. It's too late to throw the football. Jared forces him to throw a backward pass. And the beautiful thing here is I love the scoop and score. I'm so happy that he did not fall on that football to recover it. He took a good play, which would have been a recovery, turned it into a great play by the scoop and score. But it all starts with communication between Jared Davis and Devon Kennard, because once Saquon Barkley declares that he's not blocking Jared Davis, because he's originally responsible for Jared Davis, once he releases, Jared Davis shoots that gap. It's too late for any offensive lineman to come help. Jared Davis forces the back throw, and Devon Kennard with a huge play for the Lions defense, something that defense needed.
Well, I remember a linebacker who wore number 54 who scooped and scored for the Detroit Lions, but that was a different era. By the way, they get a touchdown pass from Matthew Stafford, the first of his three to make it 14-0, but the Giants come back. A touchdown pass to Darius Slayton, and this one makes it 14-13. Daniel Jones, the rookie quarterback, to Darius Slayton. Break it down. Tell us what you see.
Well, he's got a pre-snap read here because he's going to see press man coverage, right? And you see Melvin out there on Slayton. Slayton's a young guy that's coming on, and Daniel Jones knows in his mind where he's going with the football. Now, the Giants do a good job of pass protecting, but this is just a great throw and excellent coverage. But as we see so often, and we see it with Lions wide receivers, that a great throw beats good coverage every single time. And they show blitz. They're only going to bring four. They're not getting a lot of pressure by just bringing four. And that type of throw is tough to defend. I have no problem with the coverage that Rashaan Melvin had on that play. He was there. It's just a great throw. Beats good coverage every single time, Mike.
All right, we're going to move along now to the fourth quarter now. The Detroit Lions, look, Darrell Bevell, the offensive coordinator, is doing everything he can to manufacture a running game, and he sticks with it even though it's not productive. But here's a little different play. It's a trick play. Break it down. Tell us what you see on this throwback to Matthew Stafford and the touchdown pass to Kenny Golladay.
I want you to watch the right guard, Wiggins, and the right tackle, Wagner. They do a great job of selling this as a run. Watch them pull out. When they pull out, that freezes linebackers. And look at the backside. Jabril Peppers is thinking it's run all the way, vacating his open area. That's a too deep look. Now, he has somebody running across his face. It's way too late. And Matthew Stafford, if you give him this type of opening and Kenny Golladay, they will not miss. 41 is in pursuit, but too little, too late. The only thing 41 could do maybe to help his closing speed is not look back at the quarterback. You're going to see him looking, oh, gosh, please don't throw it. Please don't throw it. Oh, no, he threw it. But that was a team play, well executed, and it's just the little things. Just watch these two guys, the right guard and the right tackle. Watch them pull to sell everybody that it's a run. You get the backside safety jumping up on the run to be run support. vacating that area, and Kenny Galladay showing the speed to get across the field, outrun the other safety, and that's just an easy pitch and catch for the Lions. Well executed, great call, and great execution, more importantly, by the players and the whole offense as a total.
Well, Chris Spielman, I'm like 99% of the fans. I looked at the pitch from the quarterback to the running back, the throwback to the quarterback. Why would you look at the offensive lineman?
Because in any play action, Mike, for any of it to work, you have to be able to sell it. Those guys did an excellent job of selling the run because that's what the defenders are looking at. They see more than one thing. They see more than a pitch. They're looking at their keys, and you see those two guys pull out and show run and trying to cut off blitz. Look at Wagner trying to get outside. That's just a tremendous job of selling the run. You see, I think that's Ragnow coming back and sealing the backside. You see Ragnow circle around to make sure that Stafford's going to have a clean presence. I mean, that's what you have when you have an athletic center that's able to circle back around and come back and protect your quarterback so the DB on the backside doesn't come up and whack him. Just a great play.
And we learn something every week. Now, Chris Spielman, that makes it 31-19. It's the third touchdown pass and another great game by Matthew Stafford. And the Detroit Lions are able to close out this game, not without a couple of anxious moments, but it's 1st and 10 at the 41, Giants ball, and a sack by Trey Flowers. Break it down, go 3 and out. Tell us what you see on this play.
Well, I mean, Trey needed this, right? I mean, there's a $90 million investment in this guy over 5 years. Is that close to being right, Mike? I think it's close to being right.
Close enough.
But watch the strength right here. Jerking him one way. I mean, that's a 330-pound man that he gets his weight going up the field. And the counter move and the strength of his left arm to throw him away, then the closing speed and knocking the ball out, having the presence of mind not to go for the kill shot, but to go for the football. What a great play by Trey Flowers. And that's going to hopefully get him kick-started. And I do know that he had another sack in the game, but look at him turn his shoulders in the closing speed. But I tell you, man, if they can get this from Trey Flowers with a little bit more consistency, that's going to help this whole defense as a whole. Just a great play by Trey. I'm glad to see it. He needed that. The team needed that.
Well, Chris, he hits another sack, like you said. They force a punt, and ultimately they close it out and win the game. But Chris Spielman, the Lions are now 3-3-1, ended a 3-game losing streak, and go to Oakland. You're going to be doing that game for the Fox Network next week. Where do the Detroit Lions stand right now as they head to the midway point? Any talk at all about making the playoffs, or you just play them one at a time?
I mean, the Packers are rolling, right? And we know the Vikings are at 6-2. The Packers are 8-1, I believe, or something, 7-1.
7-1.
7-1, and they beat the Chiefs. Now, obviously, the Chiefs didn't have Mahomes. I just think you have to focus one game at a time. The Raiders are a much improved team from last year. They got a pretty good running game in Josh Jacobs. But here we are again. I mean, you look at this Lions team. What is it? It's a Matthew Stafford-driven team. He's got to be the guy to carry the load. The week before against the Vikings, we had Marvin Jones step up and have a big game. We have Kenny Galladay with 2 picks, 123 yards, or 2 touchdowns and 123 yards. And how about Marvin Hall? I mean, he's got, 3 catches for an average of 50 yards per catch. And so, the onus is on Stafford. That's the way it is. Because of the loss of Kerryon Johnson, there's no consistency at running back. Now, I heard rumors that they might be looking at a trade with Miami for Kenyon Drake. We'll see if that comes through. But they just got to lean on Stafford right now, and the defense has to continue to play with passion like they're playing and make plays in crucial times.
Well, that's a wrap for this week, Chris Spielman. We'll see you in Oakland next week. Lions versus Raiders next Sunday. We'll see how it goes.
Thanks, Mike.